Hey, all right, this is Tiny Garage build number 6. It's coming along really well. I'll show you how we did the clapboards on the front. I wanted to just give a shout out to Danville High School Geometry and Construction. I just wanted to say I'm honored that you folks are watching some of my videos in construction. There are such a shortage of tradespeople. Those that are taking these types of classes, learning construction, are going to be our future. So we should really encourage them however we can. I thought it would be interesting to go back and show a full size as compared to a tiny build size for the interior, for the rafters, the Pythagorean theorem. That's about the limit of I probably know other geometry, but that's like the one that I use the most in construction. Figuring out these angles. You can actually take, just with math, you can calculate how long a run you're going to have on a rafter and what the angles will be. It's pretty straightforward once you learn the Pythagorean theorem for, what is it, everybody? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You know, I didn't know that until your kids always can teach you something. I bet 30 years ago, I was squaring a foundation, and I was trying to, tell my kids. They would work with me, from when they were in grade school. And I said, so what you do is you do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Yeah, Dad, that's the Pythagorean theorem. I didn't know it had a name. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. I'm going to show a full-size rafter, figuring that out, how to do that, and then we'll show this, how I did that, as a comparison of the two. So it's so important to be able to do this so that you can do this. All right. If numbers bore you, you may want to fast forward through this. It's a little bit dry. The rafters, I'm getting ready to make a template for the rafters. It's going to be a 12-12 pitch. What it means is if you took a square, for every 12 feet this way, it rises 12 feet. So it's 12-12. That's how they determine that. It's also a 45-degree angle, which helps a little bit. So I've already cut, I've taken two pieces, two 2x10s. That's what the rating would be for this size garage, being 24 feet wide. A lot of you have seen how we build them. We don't use a ridge pole. Rarely. We did on a house that we built this year, but typically we don't. We'll put a gusset, we'll put the two rafters together and put a gusset over the joint. Then we'll come down to where there's the ceiling, basically, and we'll run a collar tie across, so that forms a triangle that is super strong. Then further on, without getting too involved, there'll be a knee wall down at the bottom that comes up, forming a triangle on both bottoms. So you've got 3 triangles, actually 4 triangles, the entire rafter, the collar tie creating a triangle, and down at the bottom a knee wall, rafter and floor creating a knee triangle. All these words. Anyway, so for math purposes, if we know the width of the building, which is 24 feet, one rafter is going to cover half of that, so that's 12 feet. So we know that if we use, not sure if I pronounce it right, Pythagorean theorem, or A squared plus B squared equals C squared, we can determine from this point all the way down what that length should be. So we know, so I've already done the math. I went 12 times 12 for the rise, 12 times 12 for the width, and so it came out to 17 feet, almost exactly. It's close enough where you couldn't pick it within an 1/8 inch or something like that. So we measured down, let's go down there. Measured down 17 feet. Zoom, 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 zoom. Right to there. You can see that line. Okay. let's back up. So I haven't tried it. I'm hoping it works. It should. It usually does. All right, let's lay it out. Let's go. So the bottom will represent what the width of the floor will be. Let's put one over here. I already cut the angle on that end, which will be the other peak. Let's get a little closer. It's kind of hard with it being so big to show every detail. Okay. So we'll pull these together. You can see the angle's open here. I could throw a cat through that. So we'll straighten that up a little bit more. Or pull it out. We'll get it till that gap tightens right up. That's a little too much. Right about there. Oh, sorry, I've got to back you up. I want to be able to see both sides of the bottoms. Okay. So again, we've marked 17 feet that way, 17 feet this way. I'm going to put a nailer right on this line. So we're 17, we want to be, it's actually 24 feet 1 inch because the OSB comes up on the side. So it made the building 24 feet 1 inch. That is right there, perfect. Let's go and take a look at that, just so you can see. You can see that joint is right on. We'll draw it closer with a gusset and get it nice and tight. But that worked out just with using math. So I'm cheating. Rather than trying to figure this out mathematically, I'm just going to set it on here and use a square. A 12-12 pitch is a 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to set this point to the corner here and pull that to a 45. Just put a pencil mark. Do it going this way. Okay, that gives us the inside point. So we know that point to this point. There. Small things make me laugh. So I don't even want to know how much this is really costing if I figured my labor and materials. The materials, all of this is just scrap wood. This is a scrap piece of OSB. The only thing I've bought is the balsa wood. And you always look for an opportunity to buy a tool. Thank you. I should have written your name down that suggested it, but a hot glue gun and glue sticks. It's only $10 or $11 for both of them. We're going to work on the upstairs floor system and the rafters today, and maybe get some roof sheathing on. But the hot glue gun for the rafters will be really helpful. So we're going to move on to that. Okay, a practicality point of view, or so these are the rafters that I made. They'll come across here like this. They'll be on this floor system. Typically, we would use wood eye joists. Okay, that's spaced about like that. Then you can see that those will sit up there like that. So when I'm going to take this off just for illustration. Well, the reason I'm doing this is thinking about the stairway. In order to put stairs in, You can't come up like up this way or up this way straight up because you'll run out of headroom at the top. So typically we'll come up a couple of stairs to a landing and turn and go up the rest of the way, so you come into the middle where you have plenty of stand-up room. It's kind of the other option is to come up in the middle, but that really takes up the floor space downstairs. So I'm going to figure out where the stairwell opening will be, and then it'll work okay over here with stairs coming up to a platform. It'll miss this window. Typically, if the window's in 3 feet, it'll clear okay. Okay, I had a little problem. This has warped just a little bit, so it actually rocks a little. And therefore, this piece, if you set it on there, that really bugs me. So I made a new one of these. So there's no rocking to it. Now, that would have been really annoying. Have some kid come and take the roof off and have it set and rock. That would be bad. Okay, so figure out the stairwell, then we'll put the rafters on. I have the stairwell all marked out here, so I'm just going to do a quick cut on these two sides. Then I can get a jigsaw in and do a really nice cut on that. Oh boy, look. Apparently my little garage is not going to be perfect. Okay, so this is a really weak spot. I have to be very careful when using a jigsaw. Around here it'll break off pretty easily. Hopefully we can get it without it breaking. Apparently we cut something that was hot. We apparently cut something on the job site that dulled that significantly. Quite often, whoa, that is dull. Hopefully I don't start a fire. I try not to cut all the way out to there because they have this little nub. It's easier to cut this before this piece is missing. It's easier for me. There. Wow. New blade time. And it's rafter time. Quite often we build on the principle of square. If it's square, if this is level or plumb or flat, if you put a square and you bring this up, this is going to automatically make this plumb if this is level. So I'm waiting for the glue gun to warm up. We're going to glue the first piece. I'll glue it, and then I'll just hold this to harden. Hopefully. That's my plan. Here it is, the first glue. Quite honestly, I've hardly ever used a glue gun. You folks probably could run circles around me on this. Perfect. When putting these up, I like to get all the collar ties going the same direction. Let's try doing this. Oh, that's nice. That hardens up quickly. Love that. Would be nice to have it this easy on the job site. Usually I have Chad and Dan to keep me straight.
On 3?
Let's go on 2.
1 ready? Lift, Chad.
Let's see if my wall holds together. Locked in place.
Letting go. Letting go.
This is my typical construction for full-size garages.
And it's time for siding. That's exciting. So we'll do that. Maybe even get the fascia put on. We'll see how it goes. We're going to start on the front. These will be about 1.5 inches long. I'll put a mark there just for a reference point. Watch this one go flying away. Oh, not too far. Let's see if this fits. So let's see. Oh. That will be great. We'll put a dab of hot glue on there. Okay, I didn't want to do that already. What am I, new at this carpentry gig? Okay, so you always go with a small piece. You have to, let's see, we got one here. You have to start with one, maybe a quarter this width, height, down like that, so that when you put the first one on, it's built up and it starts the angle of the clapboard. You'll see in a minute. I've got to make a little small piece for here. Get it right, Kenny boy. All right, we'll try this again. So it just needs this little tiny piece like that as a starter. The question is, how are we going to get that on there? We'll glue this piece together. Okay, so it's built out like that. Now we can put that on there. I'll put a dab of glue there and one across the top. Line up with the bottom of the corner boards and the garage door trim. It has begun. Okay. The best way to do this is to make a spacer block. We make these all the time when we're doing like spruce clapboard siding. So I made a mark there at 1/2 inch. So that's a 1/2 inch reveal. That's 8/16. So that equals, in this scale, equals 8 inches spacing for the clapboards. Make sure that's good and dry. So we'll be able to set this right on there. That's actually a little bit thick. Anyway, let's see. So for the next clap, this one doesn't fit. You bring this piece up to the bottom of this clapboard. Maybe I might be able, I don't know. I like it like that, but anyway. Then you let it just, it'll drop right down to that. Then you have the 1/2 inch spacing. It's important to use the same spacer block. Sometimes we'll make up a couple if we're doing longer runs. I may make another one. If they vary an iota, 32nd of an inch, and one is shorter on this side than it is over here, over a period of 8 or 10 clapboards, you're going to get off a lot. I really like to thin this up a little. So I'm just going to use my utility knife cut that. That's better. That will sit much better. There. So now I'll cut some more clapboards for the right length and we'll go up. You see how easy it is to just tip up this garage? Okay. You need smaller fingers. And it's begun. I feel like a Karate Kid there. Do olive house. When he's supposed to do olive fence. Do olive fence. I like that. Woohoo! And we're getting a little bit of winter weather. I'm glad I'm working inside. Just want to show you. The storm's just starting. It's supposed to get fairly heavy a little bit later today. I'm inside. I'm inside out of the snow. Woohoo! And I've been shopping. I got a compact router, Makita. It should work really well for doing the garage door tracks, for cutting a nice smooth groove in that, because these doors, they don't open and close very smoothly. I caught a bit of a cold. We took a vacation day down to Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, but you can see that goes pretty rough. So the next miniature I do, we'll use that to make the tracks. Should work pretty well. Another thing, so I'm thinking I'm going to do the roof. Right now, I'm just going to paint it because I'm tired of looking at that. So just a spray can, hunter green. In theory, I'm going to try to paint this way and this way, all the way down, so as not to get any spray paint on what little trim I've done. Let's see how it goes. Ho ho ho! I think I'm going to actually take the roof off. Let's just do that right now. My string pulling my garage doors apart. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Kind of helps even it out. And we'll let that dry. We'll put the roof back on. There we go. And same process over here. We'll put a little starter. We'll glue it on the back. Again, that will even out the way the clapboards sit going up. Perfect! I'm going to verify the measurement across, make sure we're coming out well. All right. It's 3 3/4 to there. 3 3/4 to there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And again, we use the little build out part. Put some glue on there. There. This is the last piece that will go in the lower section. Need to force this in just a little bit. It's coming out really well. I like it. Let's see what that looks like. This is part 6. So I was trying to figure how much time I've gotten into this. It's probably, on average, I'm running about 3 hours of actually working on this per video. So that's 18 hours of gluing, cutting, figuring things out. And then on top of that is probably another 2 hours per video of editing, maybe 3. Editing, getting it loaded on to to YouTube. That's not a direct cost, I suppose, if you were looking at how long it would take you to build it. So I'm about 18 hours into this right now. 6 times 3, yeah, 18 hours. The garage doors, those were pretty involved. That was that was 3 or 4, maybe 5 hours into that one. Anyway, I just wanted to give, and maybe $75 in materials. So 18 hours to this point, $75 materials. And I don't know, 10 or 15 hours of video editing. I'm having too much fun. I'm going to go up to the house and have some chicken noodle soup. All right, see you later, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it.